Hello friends, welcome back to my digital diaries. This is the episode from the series Frontend Developer course. Today we are going to continue with JavaScript Coding Fundamentals. In last two videos we have seen statements and operators. We are going to continue on the same topic. Today we are talking about more about statements and operators. So there are few small statements, or you can say operators, we are going to talk about, which can be categorized under different sections. If you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing to the channel and click on notification bell. If you want to have the access of exclusive members only video, please do join our channel. If you like this series, if you like this video, please make sure to click on the like button. There is a hype button which has come, so you can click on the hype button also. And do share this video or this series with your friends and colleagues. So let's start today's topic. Frontend Developer Course, Section 2, JavaScript Fundamentals. First, let's look at date and time in JavaScript. JavaScript provides the date object, which is used to handle dates and time. The method date.now gives us the current timestamp. If you want individual parts of the date, we can use methods like getFullYear, getMonth, and getDate. And for formatted output, methods like the ISO string or toLocale string are very useful. For example, in this code snippet, let now is equal to new date. So we will get a new date here, and now.getFullYear will give you the year. Now.toLocale string will give you a formatted date. This way we can easily work with dates, extract values, and display them in user-friendly formats. Now let's talk about JSON. JSON, which stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It is a lightweight data format that is used everywhere in web development, especially when working with APIs. There are three important things to remember about JSON in JavaScript. First is a JSON stringify. This converts a JavaScript object into a JSON string. So this is an example where we have a let object. So this is our JSON, and if you see do let str JSON stringify, it will convert the JSON into the string. The next thing is JSON parse. This does the opposite. It converts the JSON string back into the JavaScript object. So if you this is your str is your JSON string. If you JSON.parse, it will again convert this string. If it is in JSON format, then it will convert again into the JSON. Then we have a toJSON. This method let us define custom serialization. When we stringify this object, instead of returning the whole object, it only keeps the custom defined data. So if you see here how it is used, this is really a powerful when you want to control over how objects are converted into the JSON. So that is, for that purpose you can use toJSON. Now let's look at arrow function. Arrow functions are give us a much shorter syntax than a traditional functions. This little function takes a number and returns it in the square. So if you see x, and this is your arrow function, x is arrow, x cross x, okay, so going in square. So this function gives you takes a number and returns it square. So they also support implicit return, which means if your function has just one expression, you don't even need the return keyword. So arrow functions are super useful for writing clean and concise code. Now we are going to explore one of the most important topics in JavaScript, that is array methods. Arrays are everywhere in the coding, and JavaScript gives us a rich set of built-in methods to add, remove, transform, and search through array data. Let's go through the array methods. So first is a push and pop. Push adds an element at the end of the array and pops remove the last element. After that we have a shift and unshift. So shift removes an element from the start and unshift add one to the start. Then we have a slice. It is used to extract part of an array without changing the original array. So we have a slice example here. If you see, let fruits apple, banana, cherry and date. So this is an array, our array. Now what we are doing it, fruits is an array. What we are doing it, we are slicing it. Fruits dot slice 1, 3. Okay. So what it does it, now if you say slice, it will showing you banana and cherry. So what it has done is 0, the 1 is given, right? 1, 3. So 0, 1. So starting from 1 banana before 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is a date. So before 3 is cherry. So banana and cherry is sliced. So it will get into the slice array. But the fruit array will remain same: apple, banana, cherry and date. So this is how slice will work. Then we have a splice. Splice actually modifies the original array and you can remove the elements or even insert a new one. So here is an example of splice. Again the same apple, banana, cherry, date. Here what we are doing it 2, 1, grape. So what it does it, the second item in the array. So 0. So remember arrays start with 0. 0, banana is 1 and cherry is 2. So basically cherry we need to delete it. And how many items we need to delete it? 1 item. So cherry is 1 item. Okay. And then you have given a third element argument is the grape. So what does it mean is remove second element. Number of elements you start deleting the items from the second element. Number of elements should be deleted is 1 and replace that with this grape. So now if you say splice, it will show you cherry. Okay, because you will have only 1 item in that, but it also updated the fruits too. So that is your original apple, banana, cherry, date. What it does it removed cherry and it updated with the grape. So this is how splice work. Then you have a map which transform each element. This is map. So which transform each elements and creates a new array, whereas filters will select an element based on the condition and the reduce will combines all element into a single value. So if you see here we have a let number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our array. Now if you do numbers dot map, num is equal to number into nums. Now what it will do, maps transport each element and create a new array. So it will create a new array and what will be that value? We are using the arrow function also. So num into num. So numbers first element is 1 into 1 is 1. So similarly 2 into 2 is 4. 3 into 2 is 9, 16. So this is how map will work. You will modify or transform the array. So how does filter works? If you see here numbers dot filter. So you will get the value where it is divided by 2. Okay. So that values only we will get. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 and 4 are getting divided by 2. So that because of that we are only will get in even 2, 4. So that is how the filter works. And then the reduce. So reduce, let total number reduce. Here what it does is it start the value first one. So it basically gives the combines all the element. Okay. So now what you are doing is your current value plus previous accumulated values. So ACC basically accumulated value. So it will start from 1 plus current value is value that is defined. The default value will be 0 here. So comma 0 is given. So default the first instance the value will be 0. So current value is 0. Accumulated value will be 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And then again the next iteration it will come 2. So accumulated value is 1 plus current value is 2, 3. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Then the accumulated value will become 3. Then current value will become 3. So 3 plus 6. Then accumulated 6 plus current value 4, 10. So this will result into the 10. So this is how reduce works. Then to find values inside array, we can use a find and find index. So find is basically returns the first element that matches the condition, whereas the find index returns the position of that element. We also have include and index of. So include is basically check whether element is exist or not. So this is very important, because if you want to check that element is present or not, you can use a include. Whereas the index tells us the index of that element. Then to sort data, we can use sort function. To reverse an array, we can use a reverse function. Then we have a for each. So finally this for each is which is let us loop through all items in an array, but unlike a map, it doesn't return a new array. It is mainly for executing a function on each element. We have already seen for each in previous videos. Okay, so these are the all array methods which is available in JavaScript. Now in JavaScript, iterables are objects that can be looped over using for op. You can make custom iterable using symbol.iterator. So some common built-in iterable include array, strings, maps, set. Here is an example of a for op loop iterable. So where we are iterating, if you see here, let character of JS. Okay, so we are iterating char array. Okay, so this is how you can do it. It's JS is a string. Okay, so now each character is getting separated here, console.log. So that's how iterable works. Then we have a map. A map in JavaScript stores the key value pairs. Unlike the objects, keys are usually strings. Map allows any type of a key. It can be string, number, or any other object. So this is an example. So here we are having a string name Jitendra, so it's key and value. Here is a number 1 1. Okay, so maps are great when you need to associate values with a different type of keys and maintain the order of insertion. Then you have a set. A set is used to store unique values, meaning it will automatically remove the duplicate. So sets are very handy when you need a collection of values without repetition, such as storing unique IDs, tags, or user input. Then the set will use. So in this example, we have a array which is having 1 double 2 times 2 and 3. If you apply the set, then it will give you it will remove the duplicate 2 and it will give you 1 2 3. Object keys, values, and entries. So object keys give us an array of the property names. Object values give us an array of the property values, and object entries returns an array of the key value pair. So if you take an example here, we have a array. We have an object here, user name Jitendra and age 30. If you say Object.keys and you provide that object here, then it will provide the keys used. So keys used are name and age. If you use a values function, then it will give you the value Jitendra and 30. And if you give you use the entries, then it will give you like this, name comma Jitendra and age comma 30. So this is how it will work. This is very handy when you need to loop through the properties of an object or convert them into arrays for further processing. The next one is a destructuring assignment. So this is a very efficient way to extract values from array or properties from object. We can do both array and object destructuring. This makes our code shorter and easier to read, especially when dealing with large data structure. And the last topic for today is a WeakMap and WeakSet. These are similar to map and set, but with one key difference. They use a weak references for keys. So that means key must be object, not a primitive. If the object key is no longer reference anywhere in the program, it gets garbage collected automatically. And similarly, WeakSet only stores object values, and they are too garbage collected when not used elsewhere. So WeakMap and WeakSets are not iterable. So you can't loop through them, but they are very useful for storing private data or metadata without preventing garbage collection. That's it for today's session of our front-end developer course. These features may look small, but they make JavaScript a lot more powerful. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share my digital diaries. See you in the next video. Thank you.